Oh, jeez. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live with Billy and Yolanda with Live in Peace Marriage. We are so glad to be here once again. So glad to be here. So hope you guys can hear us and see us okay. We're gonna give a chance for all of the videos. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, as well as live on Instagram.
There you go. There you go.
Instagram. Hope you can hear us and see us okay. Let us know if you can once you start coming on. Anyway, we want to get started talking about a very important subject tonight, and that is social media and how it is causing problems in marriage. For sure, for sure. But before we do want to give you an update. As I posted today, we have a couple who is looking to bless another couple, right?
Yeah.
So one of our very faithful supporters who comes to our events, who prays for us, wants to support another couple who is interested in coming to our marriage retreat. For you all that don't know, we're hosting a marriage retreat here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, April 12th through the 14th. So we hope you plan to attend. Registration is still open. We are a little bit over half full, and so be sure to register as soon as possible.
Yeah.
If you have registered for the retreat, make sure you have booked your rooms before March 13th. That is the deadline to make sure you get the group rate that we're offering for our marriage retreat.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this couple, and you got to understand something. If this couple is willing to help another couple come to the retreat, that's just how what the retreats mean to them.
That's right.
And they think that it's worth it for someone to go. So I think this is a real blessing, a great blessing.
It
So
is.
consider it if you can. Pray on it and get in touch with us.
So this is how we're going to do it. So we know that I've had a couple or so to reach out regarding needing financial assistance or sponsorships regarding the retreat. And so this is your opportunity. This is a half sponsorship. So like a half sponsorship. So the registration fee is $3.99, and that takes care of all your meals, the retreat itself, any materials or thing like that you need for the retreat. So that is what the couple is sponsoring. You will only be responsible for your night stay. Okay, for your night stay, which is 2 night stay at the Embassy Suites by Hilton in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So if that's you and you want to be a part, please be sure to email us at info@liveinpeaceministries.org and let us know a couple things. Let us know why you want the sponsorship, why you need the sponsorship, and how this marriage retreat could impact your marriage. And that's what's most important to us, that we have someone who really needs that support, and how this marriage retreat really boosts their marriage.
Yes.
Let me go on the record to say,
Go on it, baby.
let me go on the record to say that you don't attend marriage retreats just because you may be in a bad place or not so good place, right? Great marriages, godly marriages, you all should be attending marriage retreats. This is past going on a vacation with each other. This is being intentional about learning, growing, fellowshipping with other like-minded couples. So if you've never considered it, it is a great time. It is a time that you could be with other couples that are looking to invest in their marriage. And if that is you, then join us April 12th through the 14th in Gatlinburg, Tennessee for our marriage retreat before it's sold out.
I'm going to tell you why I love marriage retreats. Yolanda and I, when we go on the marriage retreats, we don't have any responsibility. I mean, really, we don't have to cook. We don't have to take care of the kids. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a spoiling thing if you think about it. And we get to kind of talk about what the retreat is about. What can we do better? Hey, that was some good stuff. Let's try this when we get back to the house.
That's right.
These are things that you get. So yeah, your marriage doesn't have to be in that really bad place. This is just a recharge. This is a place to learn some things you didn't even have a thing to think about. You didn't even think about it. You're
Right.
like, can we do it?
And this is coming from a husband, because I know some husbands are like, I don't know if I really want to do that, but it is worth it. It is worth every bit of it. So we just want to pause for a second and do a little sound check. Make sure y'all can hear us okay. We're gonna come back here just a second, Instagram. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. This is that time when you just like, hey y'all, what's going on, everybody?
She still won't let me talk.
Yeah.
I want to say something.
Well, we just want to check it because last week we started talking and nobody could hear us. And so I want to make sure that today y'all can. I have all these devices going at the same time. It looks like we are live. Yes, yes, we're good to go. Okay, so back to what we were saying. Back to what we were saying. So tonight we're going to just go ahead and talk about social media in marriage, and so how it's causing challenges. So we a lot of times ask couples, excuse me, what is one of the biggest challenges when it comes to marriage? And many of them say, of course, financing, communication, and right now, social media. So social media has become a challenge in many marriages. So let's talk about the problems we are seeing that social media is causing. I would say one is just the addiction of it, the time that it takes. You know, do you find yourself spending more time on social media, keeping up with your friends or people you barely even know and know all about their life and where they're going, what they're doing, what they're buying? Do you know more about them than you do about your spouse? Right. And I know you may be thinking, well, I know my spouse, I know them. But remember, when you're on a marriage journey, you're growing, you are growing together, right? But you're also evolving as an individual person, right? Your mind, your soul, your spirit, all of it is maturing. And as it's maturing, are you really studying your spouse to where you know what's going on with them? And so we are finding that social media is becoming a challenge with couples because they're spending more time online than they are face to face with each other. So when you go out on date night, are you on your phone? Are you just, scrolling on your phone, spending a lot of time on your phone, right? When you're supposed to be spending watching a movie together. Billy's called me out a couple times. I'll be working, y'all know, I'll be working, I'll be selling them houses, right? And I'll be emailing and checking on situations. Billy like, hey, this remember, this is our time. So you have to be intentional about it, don't you, babe? You have to be intentional. So what's your thoughts on the time people are spending on social media? What do you think?
Before we get to the time, I like you got a topic there, the privacy and boundaries.
We're gonna get to that. That's the second point.
Okay, well, let me get to that. I want to get to that.
We gotta talk about the time first.
I know.
So the time that it takes, how you gonna jump from one tip to the next?
I got something.
So our first one is the time it takes.
Okay, but that's not on here,
babe. That is what we're doing. Okay. Quality impact on quality time.
That's
y'all. Why can't Billy act right? We are live broadcasting around the world, and he up here jumping around on
number one.
No.
She went to number two.
Talking about how it impacts quality time in marriage.
It does, but here's the thing. Here's the problem with the time. If you want me to say something, is that how much time do we spend working?
Yeah,
that's number one. If you look at how the day is divided, we both work, and then when we get home,
yep.
If you have children, that's time with them. Okay. And then by the time they go to bed, you got to get up and go to work tomorrow. So how much time is that together? Okay, yeah, you got to work those times in. So when you factor in social media, you got to decide, is it necessary? Because sometimes you can look at the phone. Sometimes you can get on social media. I'm not saying social media is bad.
Right,
but if it's a point to where that's how you wind down at night, or if that's how you got to do it every single night, every single day, and you're not there for each other, that's going to be a problem.
It can be, right?
So it can be a problem.
So that's why we're saying you got to slice out the time that you're going to be spending together. Okay. So especially if you're in the season, like we're in a season where our kids are still here, they're in school. So you got to balance their activities. And if you do any content creation like we do, to promote our marriage, to ministry, to promote my real estate business, then you're creating content as well.
Yeah. Because we're at a point now where both of our jobs are peaking.
Yeah.
We're both doing things differently, as well as the ministry.
Yes.
Okay. So there are other things that are going on. So yeah, all those things factor in, and that's why you got to come up with ask yourself, is this necessary? Is what I'm doing necessary?
So what we try to do is, of course, everybody know the date night. Go out on a date, spend time together. But if you're saving and you're not going actually out, when you have dinner at home, be intentional about sitting together and having that dinner together. Bill and I really focus on like breakfast on the weekends, because our schedules match up. And so Saturday and Sunday mornings, we try to eat breakfast together. We catch up. We have our spiritual conversations. We spend that time then. But also at nighttime, when we're winding down, we may have some conversations in between us getting to the place where we're winding down, and have some of those conversations. So all we're saying is be intentional about that, right? Because if you do it haphazardly without being more intentional about it, you will look up and realize that you hadn't had a conversation with your spouse in like over a week. Yeah. Right? Like a real conversation. And you don't want that time to pass by.
You don't.
Okay, so you ready for number 2? Because he was ready for
go ahead and start it, though.
The second one is boundaries, which is what he was so excited to talk about. Well, maybe you should go first then. When it comes to setting boundaries, like where does the line draw when it comes to social media? As you all know, today, these are the type things that get views on social media.
Yeah, stop me off. Stop me off. Yeah. Stop me off.
Y'all know these are the type things that has views on social media, and that is anything dealing with sex, anything dealing with negativity, controversial issues, I should say. So those are the type things that get a lot of attention. So are you engaging yourself and wrapping yourself up in those things, right? Which can spiral you kind of out of control and can is risky, right? You could be stepping over boundaries. Are you trying to find old friends? You know what I mean? And why are you digging up old friends and those types of things, or reaching out to people that
old friends for wrong reasons.
Exactly. Let's say that.
Yeah, let's say that. It's good to get in touch with old friends.
Yeah.
But old friends for the wrong reasons. Okay.
So what do you want to say when it comes to boundaries?
One of the things I want to talk to, and it's not necessarily just with the men, it's with women too. In our relationships, in marriages, we're getting older.
We are, I know.
Okay.
Y'all may be young.
No, you can be young, but you're getting older. You know what I mean? You could be in your 35 and you mad because you used to be 20. You know what I mean? That's old gets old. People think about old age, after 20. So, but what I'm saying is when you start getting older, sometimes some of us put on weight. Some of us look back at old pictures. So when we get on social media, this is where the addiction comes in. You start looking at things that you used to do. You start looking at people that you knew when you were younger, and you're saying they're doing better than me. You know what I mean? How did they? I didn't even think this person could get all that. All this stuff starts getting into your mind, especially. Yeah, everything starts coming in, and Yolanda and I, we promote in marriage having a great relationship with God first.
That's right.
God is pushed to the side because there's so many other things that interest us in social media that takes us away. Now, let me go on and hit the spot I'm trying to hit now.
Hit the spot, man. Hit the spot.
So what I'm saying is, this is my wife. Okay. It's easy for a man and it's easy for a woman to get on social media and start seeing tasty visuals. What you call it? Eye candy?
Eye candy. Yeah. Oh, you're really getting into it.
You start seeing stuff there.
What y'all looking at?
That you normally wouldn't, if you didn't have social media and if you spent time with each other, you wouldn't get that in there. But because you are on social media and a lot of people like flashing the bodies, because the people that are still young, they like showing bodies. You know what I'm saying? So you start looking, you start thinking, you start, and if you keep doing it, like my wife says, you go a whole week without talking to each other. What if you go a whole week looking at that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you go a whole week looking at that. And then Saturday, your wife comes up to you and says, hey, babe, can we get a little busy tonight? And you like, I don't know if I feel like it. Why? Because you got these things in your head. There's a lot of things in social media that put stuff in our heads. Let's get away from the sexual side. If you got issues with anger, TikTok and fights. and all this other stuff that go on, anything that kind of, and it starts to feed into you. And anything that you did on church on Sunday to feed your spirit is gone because you've been feeding your flesh, looking at all this all the other stuff. Now, I'm not trying to preach, but what I'm trying to say is this: we got to be careful when it comes to our marriages. When we hold our spouses sacred, our spouses have to be our eye candy. Our spouses have to take up the spaces in the mind that sexually arouse us. We can't get on social media and start saying, hey, and start seeing other things, and start liking other things and pulling yourself away from your own house. Okay. And that's what social media start doing. That's the boundaries you've got to set forth. Yeah. If you start getting to that, you start saying, no, I need to put this up. And there are other things to do. Okay. Remember, you work all day, you got the kids. How much of that time you gonna squeeze in with eye candy? You don't want it. It's not necessary. Right. Okay. Right. And that could take you down past you definitely don't want to go in your marriage. Yeah. And then you start comparing what you see visually in a picture, not knowing any of the backstory or that person at all, and comparing it to your own marriage. And so that really starts to create unrealistic expectations. So, we've talked to couples who unfortunately have expectations out there that may not even be realistic based on something they saw on social media. Yep. Right? That ain't even real. You'd be surprised how many people look like one way online, but in reality, their marriage and relationship ain't even like that. Yeah. Right? So, and you sit here measuring who you are against them. Yeah. And so that's why it's important that if you anything that's important to you, you should be putting intentional time and effort into it consistently, right? And if your marriage is a priority and it's very important for you to continue to nurture it and for it to grow, you have to be intentional. Yeah. That means remove the distractions. It's almost like when you start a business. You start a business, you got to be focused. Yeah. You got to put time in it. Good. You got to put effort in it. If you want to see that thing grow and you want to see some profits from your labor, then you got to do the same thing with your marriage. Yes. You got to put the time in, put the intentionality in it, and ensure that your marriage is growing and not you wake up 10 years later and y'all don't even know each other. Yeah. Yeah. Right? And then you all of a sudden get divorced or you get caught up in some emotional affair. Yeah. Right? The DMs are dangerous. Yeah. The DMs are dangerous, and not every spouse can handle the DMs. So you need to discuss that. Like, I don't ever worry about, I don't go searching in Billy's DMs. I trust him with all my heart, soul, and strength. But if she did, I can, because I got all the passwords. But I probably know more passwords than he does. Yeah. But the thing is that it's nothing there. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable. I sleep good at night. Yeah. Knowing that, hey, babe, I need to use your phone here. You do better. It's a slippery slope when you see somebody and you say, hey, how you been? Yeah. And they say, good, how you been? Yeah. Don't go down them how you been. Yeah. Just say, hey, God bless you. Put the Lord in it, and that'll keep everybody away. But also, it's about the way you carry yourself on social media. Yeah. Some of us carry ourselves like we are single. Yeah, that's true. Right? We carry ourselves, we post things. And I know some folks don't put their spouses on there. That ain't what I'm talking about, right? But if you married, folks should know you married. I'm just saying, just by the way you carry yourself, just by the things you say, just the things you like and that you post, folks should know that you are a married, committed, loyal person. Just to be clear, Yolanda just said you don't have to put your spouse on your post. Yeah, when I'm not saying put them out there if they don't want to be on social media. But people should know that you're married. They should know you're married. Yeah. There should not be any question sliding in your DM asking, hey, you single? You with anybody? Like, I shouldn't be getting off none of them vibes. Everybody that know me or even know of me know I'm married, right? Now, of course, we do marriage ministry, and that's what a lot of people know me for, that and real estate. So if that's the case, then that's the case. But the way I carry myself, even when I'm out and about, right, I'm going to carry myself like a married woman. And there are certain things that married women should not be doing. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Yeah, because we only got 3. We only got 3. So, and I'm just saying, as believers and women of God, there's certain things, women, y'all, we should not be doing. That's all I'm saying. All right.
So we talked about how social media impacts quality time in marriage and how it has affected the time couples are spending to really study each other and know each other, right? So if you want to be better in your marriage, study your spouse, know your spouse, build that relationship with your spouse, right? Secondly, set boundaries. Make sure the boundaries are clear.
Yeah.
So if you are just getting married and you are used to this whole DM era, because we didn't grow up in that era, right? So we passed little notes saying, will you go out with me? Or, hey, walk up to me and say, hey, can I get your phone number, kind of thing, right? So boundaries, make sure they're clear on what the DMs are going to be doing, right? So single folks should not be in your DMs. Now you may be like, well, I got a business and these people DM me. If you got a business, it should be just on business. I got a business too, right? I connect and communicate with men throughout the day. Yeah. But they know I'm a married woman.
Yeah,
you got
but listen, Billy and Yolanda not telling y'all what to do. Yeah. What I'm saying is this: don't set yourself up to get burned. Like
that's
basically pretty much what it is. Yep. You know, you're smart enough to take care of your business, take care of your DMs. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, you know when you're about to cross a line and you can get burned by that. Mm-hmm. You do not want to set yourself up for that.
Don't set yourself up.
That's an ugly road to be on.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Yeah. And then thirdly, we would say be mindful of setting your expectations. Like whatever you're expecting in your marriage, make sure it's realistic for your marriage and your marriage journey only, right? So it doesn't create these unrealistic expectations based off something you saw through images or videos, right? Yeah. Now, social media can be good. So I know we talked about some of the bad, but social media can be helpful and good. One, you're listening to us right now via social media.
It was designed. Right? It was designed to be good. It's a helpful tool.
Yeah, you're listening to us via social media. You may have to go get the plug right there in my bag right there. Lord have mercy, I forgot to put it in there. In my bag right there. So it can be good. Why? Because you can learn a lot of things. Like if I don't know something, I quickly go to YouTube. I go to TikTok. And I learn whatever it is that I want to learn. If I need some encouragement, some inspiration, I run to those channels as well. So social media can be very, very helpful as well. Just to make sure we good on battery. My husband had to get up and do. Thank you, babe. I love you so much. I don't know how I forgot that. This is what happens when you go live and you don't do pre-recorded videos.
I didn't want to get up because I don't have my church pants on.
Maybe you do. Go ahead. Got your church pants on. Okay, so yeah, so that's what we're saying. So do those things for sure, because that's how you learn and you grow. However, just keep the things in mind we just shared with you. So hopefully this has been helpful to you all. Hopefully it's been encouraging to you as well. But think about how you're using social media and is it impacting your marriage? Because a year from now or 2 years from now, you don't want to be sitting in front of us like, oh my gosh, something's happened. We got sidetracked. Social media took over our marriage and this and that. So you definitely don't want that to be a part of your marriage journey.
Just set your boundaries. And the thing about it is, just because we did grow up at a time where we didn't have all of this. Mm-hmm. When I was growing up, we only knew about what was going on in our own part of the world.
That's true.
Okay. And so, we handled it because it was in our own little part of the world. Mm-hmm. Now you're hearing things from everywhere and it gets you so messed up because you want to go here and do something. You want to go there and do something. Things get you mad. Things get you sad. And you're supposed to be protecting your peace.
That's right.
And if I was to preach, I would tell you that what God has for you is for you. Mm-hmm. So don't ever worry about or feel bad about or make something sad about some other people's blessing. Mm-hmm. Whatever's going on with somebody else, that's fine. The Lord is with them. He's with you too. It's just that you got to go through what you're going through and then you will be there too.
Yep.
Okay.
Just be confident in God. I just made a reel over that. So be confident in who God has, where he has you in this season of your life.
Amen.
Right? And make the best of it. So once again, in case you missed out, we are looking for a couple that is looking for an opportunity to be sponsored. And this is a half sponsorship, meaning that your registration will be covered. We have another couple that supports us that wants to bless another couple for our upcoming marriage retreat, April 12th through the 14th. If you haven't heard about it, we're going to be in Gatlinburg, April 12th through the 14th for our marriage retreat. And we have one of our really, really faithful couples that want to bless someone with their registration. That's $400 worth right there. You would save. The only thing you'll be responsible for is your room, because that $400 covers all your meals, the entire retreat, materials, everything. So if you know someone, or if that's you, email us at info@livingpeaceministries.org.
And you will be blessed. You will be blessed. The Lord has blessed us to bless others through our retreats.
That's right.
Again, you're just going to get recharged.
That's right. Okay? Yep, absolutely. You definitely will. Thank you so much. Thanks, Octavia. Hey there. So glad that you all joined us tonight. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. And we look forward to seeing you. We'll try to get back here next week, right? Around the same time. We will post what time we're going live. Right, babe?
Yeah.
Don't y'all just love his reactions? He's always got something going, right? Okay, until next time, live in peace. Good night, everybody. Have a great one. Yeah, I got to turn all this stuff off. Have a good one. Night night.